Hey y'all, welcome back to Keeping It Catholic. My name is Star, and today we're going to be talking about something. Dun dun dun, something. Won't give away the deets, but it's something. We're going to be talking about something. And this something is something very important, and so we're going to talk about something. All right, so on this episode, like I had mentioned maybe like 5 or 6 times already, we're going to talk about something. So you're probably like, all right, Star, what are you going to talk about today? Like, what are you going to ramble on about today? And it's about something. So right now, Lent is over, okay? We are past Easter, or we're actually in Easter right now. So Jesus died. He had his Last Supper, he died, he resurrected, and he's sitting now at the right hand of the Father. And he did everything. He gave up himself for us so that we could live, so that we could just live life in a different manner. So I don't know about you, but this year for Holy Week was really hard for many reasons. I think one, because we weren't allowed to be at the parishes, be at our churches with our church family, with our parish. So that was really, really difficult. A second thing was that it's just like it felt different this year. This year was just so much harder. And I think, with the whole virus going on, and it's still going on, unfortunately, with everything going on, I think it really kind of brought everything full circle. And like I had mentioned before, if you had seen the video that I was in with the coordinator of Youth and Young Adult Ministry and Office Outtakes, a lot of people were saying, that this is inconvenient, this is, the whole thing that this virus is creating is inconvenient. And yes, it is 100%. There are a lot of things, a lot of factors that are playing into our lives right now, as far as our jobs, maybe school, and just our personal lives with our families. It's been a really big inconvenience, but I think it couldn't have come at a greater time, because I think it kind of just made us take a step back. It made us realize, okay, we need to really reevaluate the things that we have done wrong, the things that maybe we aren't doing enough of, maybe things that we could change, like truly change during this time. We have no excuse, really. We had no excuse during Lent for the last maybe month or so to really kind of just take a step back, get our feet back on the ground, and say, okay, what is it that, what is the message that God's trying to tell me right now during this time? So, of course, it was very inconvenient, and it's still inconvenient. Who knows how long this is going to last, but try and make the best of it. Try and utilize the time that you have, if you have free time, if you have somewhat free time, or if maybe you don't, and maybe you're still very, very busy depending on your job or school or whatever. Just try and make the most of the time that you are given and dedicate it to God, and really trying to, just give him some time. So now it's Easter, and Jesus, he did his thing, and he gave it all up for us. He gave it all up for us, and it's the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful act of love that anybody could ever do for me and you. And so why? So maybe some of us ask, like, okay, like, why do we take the Holy Week so serious? Or why do we take Easter so serious? Or why do we take faith so serious? Or, stuff like that. It's like a why question. I mean, I even had the question, why? Like, why should I really dedicate my free time or any time at all to my faith, to the church, to Jesus, and really committing something and dedicating something to him? And it's like, okay, well, what proof do we have that this really even happened? Like that, those were thoughts that came in my mind. And in all honesty, they were thoughts that I genuinely had. Like, what proof do we have, And because I was very naive back then, and my faith was not established at that time, I didn't see the beauty of my faith. I didn't see, and I really didn't take the time to try and learn more about it. And so as I started developing, more interest in the faith and in the church, my eyes were opened. And going to mass now is something completely different. It's a completely different feeling now. Whereas if you would have asked me maybe like 5 years ago, I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna go. Like, all right, it's church. Like, it's boring. What am I really getting out of it? But the fact that I really took the time to try and learn more about my faith and really just diving deeper into, into establishing that relationship with God, I think it really helped me. And so like I was saying, it was like I was looking for proof, right? I was looking for proof. But the proof was like all around me and I couldn't see it. I was like blinded by like all of these other things that didn't really matter, superficial things that maybe I thought was going to satisfy me in a different way, but in reality, it didn't matter because something gigantic had to have happened, okay? Something had to have happened for our faith, okay, 2020 years later, to still be where it is. Something had to have happened for us to still continue to believe in the things that we believe in, and the things that we, that we do every Sunday, when it comes to communion, to the Eucharist, to Mass in general. Something had to have happened. Oh, and on top of the Mass, all the parishioners who were there, all of the faithful, okay? Everyone who shows up every Sunday, and maybe even every day for daily Mass, all of those people, something had to have happened 2,000 and some years ago for us to still be right here. For me to be sitting right here and telling you that something happened. Something happened. And for me personally, in my faith journey, I can't tell you what that something was. I think I know what that something was because as I explained in my first episode, such a terrible video that I did, but in my first video, I said, I told you guys my personal experience and where I thought where that point of conversion happened. And so to me, that was my something. But that something that happened, that something I was looking for as proof was all around me. All of the faithful, all of my family and my friends who were really devoted to their faith and really devoted in wanting to learn more and taking the initiative to learn more. That's all I really need. I don't need factual evidence. I don't need someone to sit here and tell me that X, Y, and Z happened on this day, on this time, and there's evidence of this and evidence of that. I don't need that. Because the change that this journey has brought into my life is everything that I need. I could never imagine myself where I am right now, here, talking to you guys about my faith. Like, really, of all people? I mean, come on. Like, something had to have happened. And that something was Easter, okay? When Jesus rose again, he said, I'm heading out this tomb. I fulfill my promise. I'm going to go back to God, to my Father. And come on. And then, like, all of these other people who started following. And, when they realized that he had really been risen again, resurrected again, not again, but resurrected, if that wasn't real, I don't think that we would be where we are. Am I making sense, or am I just rambling on? I don't know. But that was that something. That was that something that happened. And it's such a beautiful and a mysterious thing. But in my heart of hearts, I know that happened, you know? And so I invite you, especially during Easter, to contemplate on that something, whatever that something was that happened, that brought thousands and thousands and millions of followers to this day. Millions and millions of followers of Christ, of Jesus, of his institution, of the faith. You can't tell me that it was just like made up. I mean, something had to have happened. You get me? So, I mean, I really invite you during this time, during Easter, to really contemplate that. Contemplate the beauty of his resurrection, of everything that he sacrificed up until, until his death. It's such an amazing, amazing thing to contemplate on, really, So I really invite you to take this time, to take Easter seriously as well as serious as Lent. Just be open to what God is calling you, to what God is calling you to do, or what God is calling you to change, or something that God may be calling of you. Don't ignore it. And I know it may be hard sometimes to be like, oh, like, is this like really what it's meant to be? Yes. Do not question it. Do not question it. So, again, like I said, I hope, you guys really take the invitation to contemplate on Easter, contemplate on Jesus, on his sacrifice, and the beauty of his resurrection, and all of the amazing things that are to come. And yes, the actual Mass may be over, but Easter lasts 50 days. It lasts for a long time. And so this is plenty of time. If you didn't, maybe, you kind of lapsed back in Lent, this is your time to still dedicate whatever it is that you need to dedicate to him, and really utilize and take advantage of this time that we have, this downtime that we're having right now, where we're at home with our families. Share the gospel with your friends. Share the gospel with your parents, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. And if you feel like you don't know anything or a lot about scripture or about Jesus or about God, hey, I didn't either. And I still don't know a lot. But I'm sitting here talking to you guys now about it. And so don't be discouraged. Take pride in the sacrifice that Jesus made for you and for me and for all of us to save us. And so with that being said, I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. I hope you guys continue to have a wonderful Easter, and keep an eye out, especially for my videos. I am also will be appearing maybe here and now and then with some live chats with Talking Catholic. So if you're not following Talking Catholic on Instagram or on Facebook, make sure you do so. You subscribe, or not like, you can't like and subscribe to Instagram, but make sure you are following Talking Catholic on Instagram. And I will also, maybe here and there, depending, appearing on some videos for the youth and young adult ministry for the Diocese of Camden, alongside the coordinator of that office, Jose. So if you're not following the Diocese of Camden Youth and Young Adult Ministry Instagram page and Facebook page, make sure you follow that. The videos that are appearing on there are office outtakes. They're hilarious, and of course they're edited by me. So there's that signal. So yes, so I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. Please, again, like I said, enjoy this time. Make sure you are celebrating the miracle that is of Jesus resurrecting and coming back, and and being with his Father. It's an amazing thing. And so I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe to Talking Catholic on YouTube. Leave me comments below if you have anything, any topics that you want me to talk about going into Easter, or even it may not be Easter related. If you want me to talk about anything, just let me know. Leave it in the comments below. DM me on Instagram, and follow me on Facebook as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a wonderful and blessed Easter, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Bye.